Nice, William. You got some throws in. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, somebody dropped something upstairs.
That did not sound good.
No. Somebody fell over.
Like
that better not have been my computer.
I bet it was. Sounds like a bowling alley up there. Who's here?
Oh, that's because they're upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. How's it going, everybody? Today, we're doing some guard passing. We're going to focus on guard passing. We're going to keep it simple. I had to do a workout for Nebraska wrestling on Facebook, so I'm kind of shy.
Fair.
It was extra challenging.
No judo tonight. No.
A little stiff. Hello, Big Wow Wow. I like your name. I like just saying it. It makes me excited.
Is it Whoa Whoa or Wow Oh? Or Wow Wow?
Whoa Whoa. Big Whoa Whoa.
I think it's Whoa Whoa.
Yeah, Big Whoa Whoa. Wow Wow Whoa Whoa. Tomato Tomato.
Big Whoa Whoa. Whoa Whoa!
See, it's just fun to say.
Whoa Whoa. Whoa Whoa!
Wait, woo? Woo?
No, don't mess with me.
No, he typed it in there.
You know it's whoa. Like whoa is me.
W-O-E, whoa?
Yeah, whoa.
I'm terrible at English.
What do you think it was?
Huh?
What? How did you pronounce it?
Whoa whoa?
Yeah, whoa. Okay. Look, smiley face says it all right there.
Couple of idiots. William, yeah, guard passing, love it. We're gonna keep it simple, give you guys some pointers, hopefully get some troubleshooting going. Don't do that to him because it'll just blow his head up. He'll think he's right about everything.
I usually am.
But yeah, we're gonna get into just some guard passing systems, answer some questions. We'll give it probably 2-3 more minutes before we start. And this one's probably going to be, depending on, the questions. I didn't really get a chance to promote this one as much as I would like, so we'll see how many people show up. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them into the chat. If I miss it, just keep throwing it in there. Okay, or you can hit it with a super chat and the screen kind of does a flashing thing and lets me know to look up.
Coaches do that to you, man, unfortunately. Yeah, just learn this one thing, and this other thing, and this other thing.
He told you you'd get promoted if you got better at guard passing. I guess that's kind of like, what's better? Like, how much better, right? Like, if you get a little bit or you get a lot. And I guess that's up for interpretation. But that sucks. Sorry, William.
Minimizing frustration is a good thing, though.
Still not into the happiness category, though. You're still frustrated, right? Because it's minimized, it's not gone. So hopefully we can get rid of all the frustrations today. William, why don't you just tell us, what are your most frustrating things with passing the car? And then we'll see if I can answer it. I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Hey, magic guard passing. Hopefully you like it. We're going to go over some of those concepts today. Crazy legs. I don't know what that means exactly.
I think that just means freaking out. I don't even... maybe schoolyard, the kid's on the ground and you start kicking his legs around because he doesn't want you to get near him. I don't know. Wash your hands.
I'm pretty sure I used that in the magic guard passing video. That was a thing we did.
And it's pertinent right now.
Hyper flexibility, retention through bendiness. I got you. Because we got a guy here named Halim. He might actually jump into this chat. He loves to do that. It's those guys where you're 3/4 of the way past the guard and they invert and then they recover, right? So can you go down? Let's take a look at this.
That guy hit me, but
no, yeah, he's not flexible at all. So we're going to try to make this work. Here, why don't you scoot this way a little bit?
Pull me.
There we go, okay. So we'll try to make this work. Let's assume that I'm walking around, and he just kind of starts inverting and you're how do I pass the guard? Right, William? Is that kind of what we're going with? Hopefully, that's kind of what that means. Yes, inversion. Not so bad, but the general flexibility guard. Here we go. So the easiest way to think about this is put yourself in a position, okay, we're talking about guard passing here, where the legs are in one area. They're either to the left or to the right, okay? Never directly in the center, okay? I don't want to go into the ha, I walked into mount pass. We're not doing that. That's not a thing. Like it might work every once in a while, and it's nice to know, but we want consistent passing. So, yeah, William, flexibility. I got you. I got you. Here we go. So remember, the idea is we want to go through a ladder system here with passing the guard. So actually, let's turn this way. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay, a ladder system in passing the guard, which means we go step 1, bottom of the feet. Step 2, shin. Step 3, knees. Okay? Now, believe it or not, even though my hand is here, step 4 is to move his knee and get to the hips. Okay? And then once I'm into the hips, I start controlling the upper body as we go through those stages. It's like climbing a ladder. Anytime you slip and fall or wrong, it's okay. We just readdress it and pass it and deal with it. So what that means, if I'm passing to my side over here, right, I'm running this way, okay? What I want to do is I want to get control of his feet, control of his shin. There. I've got one of his feet to the outside, which means I can pass to my right, okay? And then when I'm in this position, now you can do something as simple as this. Now I can get through the legs, I can get my knee to his hip, and I can start passing. Okay, so that's just kind of like a general overview of what you're trying to do. Okay, so now let's take a look at how do we get there so that we can effectively pass the guard. And William, we're going to do it with the flexibility guide, and I think you're going to like this. So what I like to do is I like to come up and wide grip the feet here, okay? So I'm in good control. And then I can open and I can place his feet into the hook so that he feels comfortable. You got to give him something. You can't just bully him all the time, okay? And then what happens is they like to put this foot on the hip. Yeah, and now they get a little bit of play with your leg, but it's okay, okay? Remember, we got to be engaged to do jiu-jitsu. The big thing here is this leg. So I'm going to slide inside his knee, and I'm going to take a grip, and I'm just going to lean on him, okay? Super standard jiu-jitsu right now. We're not doing anything crazy yet, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with my elbow. You got to remember to work with all your limbs when you're here, okay? I got a grip on the pant, and my elbow's going to go to work. Boom, I take it off. Now, I'm going to come through, and I'm going to hook it. This grip, you can either go here, or you can come over the top. It's your preference. I kind of like fingers in the gi, thumb to the outside, because I like this twist that I get. It makes me feel really strong. Okay, I don't know why, I just really like it. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pass into our leg drag, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this leg here to free that grip on my ankle. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna drop my hip. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leg drag him. I'm gonna fall back, and then I'm gonna pass it over. Okay, and look at my head control. And I've passed my leg to his back. He can't invert and use the flexibility of his legs because I'm above his knee here so that he can't bend it. Don't go like this. Now pull your knee. Yeah. Don't control here like this on his ankle. He's not bent. Roll that way. There. Now take your foot out. He'll just take it out. Okay? You want to be above it so that you can control him. Okay? And then you have that good tension here. Bottom leg. We're going to trap this leg so it's stuck. Okay? Coming over the top. Over the top. Pin it down. That way this can come over the top, and now you can come up into your leg drag. No flexibility will stop that. No flexibility will stop that. You'll destroy people with it, I'm telling you. We're gonna go super simple. Wide grip, boom, feed it. He comes inside, I take that hand, I drop it, good grip, pop it off, hug it, good control. Boom, sit. Foot comes inside, right here, lock it up. Lock it up. Make sure he can't control. Even if he turns away, okay? Well, no, the other leg. Yeah, there, and take this leg out. Yeah. And he starts trying to take that out. It's no big deal. You can always swim that and start climbing double collar here. Move your hand. Yeah, double collar. Head back. Yeah, one on one side, one on the other. Because now I can take this leg, I can kick it up, get on that elbow, and I can drag him past. No problem. Right? Super simple. When he's flexible, you don't want to bring his feet or allow his knees to come up to his shoulders, because then he can invert. Okay? Roger, what does that say?
Some verbiage you don't want to say.
The F did I just see?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Yeah.
Space bar is broken.
Space bar is broken. Nice.
Go under the flexi legs.
Yeah, go under the flexi legs, man. Dude, all day, man. All day. Now, sometimes it's simple, guys. Don't think of these as like, I gotta do these moves step for step. Think about it like this. Break it down into like caveman jiu-jitsu, right? We're going bare bones. None of this fancy special grips, none of these fancy special movements. How do you pass the guard, right? How do you pass the guard? Check this out, check this out. One, watch this. Side step, watch this. 1, 2, 3. Where does he go, guys? Where does he go? Where's his next movement? Does he shrimp and face me? Go ahead, Frosty, shrimp and face me. Beautiful. Look at that pass. Nailed it. Let's go back. Let's lay down right here again. What happens when he goes away? No, other way. That was the way you just went. Yeah, where's he go? Okay. Come up. Boom. Pass. No problem. Super simple. Get underneath both legs. That's the challenging part. You got to just be able to, boom, get underneath. Lock it in. Get up on that elbow. Come around. Pass the guard. Super simple. Passing the guard is easy. Don't freak out. Okay? The hard part most people have, especially beginners, is they try to remember the steps. They don't remember the concept or the overall thing that is being taught. So for me, I have 2 ways past the guard. Okay? You either go, well, I have more than 2, but you go around, you go through it, right? All the way through it, or you could call under it, okay? And then coming out the other side. New member, thank you for that. Nice. Yeah, William, that's the idea. That's why we're doing this. We're making the connection, okay? If I come in knee cut, right? If I knee cut, and let's say I start coming through and then Frosty tries to invert, he'll try. He's not, right in the head, boom, and he inverts, and you get stuck. Same concept, right? All I'm going to do is drag this knee over the top, come back, spin, and we're back through on the other side. A lot of times you don't want to go all the way through. Let's scoot this way. Right? If I'm knee cutting through this position, and I get through, and then all of a sudden he inverts, boom, right here, it's not really a problem. You can just come back to the other side, 1, 2, and look at my underhook grip here on the knee. He can't recover. Suck it in, pass the guard. No problem, super easy, right? This underhook grip here, this is so strong. It's like one of the best nogi grips you can get, right? You can suck it in, you can sit back to the heel hook, you can pass. There's so many different options right here from this underhook. You can chicken wing him, you can feed him to the back, you can step over for a knee bar, you can tickle him. So many different options. I love them all, including the tickle. Do that to all my underranks, including the brown belts.
The black belt.
Like how you combine judo, wrestling, and BJJ. That's the idea. Don't let one sport dominate, man. Learn how to blend it together. Learn how to be like an overall grappler, and then you'll get really good. But guys, we're here to kind of answer your guys' question. The theme of the class is guard passing. So if you guys have any problems with guards or any solutions, like William with the flexibility, go underneath, okay? Makes it super simple, okay? I think I did one where like I pulled you all the way over the top. You remember that one from a long time ago?
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Super chat from William. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like the technique. Worth the entry fee. Love it.
I saw
It's a free entry fee, right?
I think it's free.
Yeah. Totally worth it if it's free. I hope so. Sometimes free things aren't worth it. Don't take everything for free. It's not worth it.
Candy's one of those things you don't take for free.
Here's another good one, now that I think about it, right? Okay, same principle, same start. Oh, here we go. Here's a question. J Shields, T. On that principle you just showed against reverse daily Riva, can you provide an example of how you would apply that concept, nogi, against the same guard? Jay, are you talking about the inversion? when he inverted and I cupped the knee, because that's a strictly like nogi pass for the most part. Or are you talking about when I sat back and I was holding the foot and then we went into the leg drag? Long pause of silence while we wait for Jay. Earth to Jay. Jay Shields. Leg drag. Okay, so nogi style, it's a little bit easier because now you can pummel this hand and you actually want to cup the leg, okay? There's a really good grip on the knee, okay, for everybody who didn't know. It's called the knee cap. Great grip. Great grip. Yep. See how there's like a little hole right here where you can see that muscle in the light? You take those fingers and you dig them in there and you just grab the kneecap so that they can't do anything. Look, I can control and I can chicken wing his leg. And then what I'm going to do from there is, as he starts to go inverted, I'm going to block his inversion here by, let's turn a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We're going to block his inversion with this knee. Because when I start to do this, if I start to throw his leg over there, he can turn and he can roll. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut it down. And to do that, you take his knee and you block it because that's where his head goes. So when I'm here, boom, I put my knee down and I block it and I throw this all the way up. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scissor his leg 1, 2. Okay? I'm not going to step out because I'm going to lose control. So I have this ankle stuck and my shin here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fall back. And now I have his foot in my hand, okay? I'm controlling the top of his foot here. And we have it trapped. That way I can guide and I can get my foot involved. Okay? We can get that foot involved and I can make a switch. Right? Show trapper. Kyle, he's not here. He's upstairs in my office, sleeping on his spot. Got him a nice bed.
We'll get him down at the end of the production.
Okay? And now you can start working from the leg and the double leg control here. So that when you're ready to go, you're going to make a transition. You're going to shrimp and bring this knee out. Shrimp, bring that knee out. 1, 2, pass it over. Pass it over so that I'm holding that leg and I have that drag. This is going to be a hard thing for him to get rid of. Go ahead and grab my leg and try to free your leg. Yeah, see, like he's going to struggle here because I can keep that connection. And at any point, because I have control of his hips, I can kick and I can get up and I have that good underhook grip again with control of the leg. No toe hold where? Because I started here, right? When I fell back, I make that transition inside. Are you talking about this leg? You're welcome, Jay. Now go to class. Lazy. Yeah, I know who you are. Right? Yeah.
Justin, can I hit this?
Yeah, no. If he did that, I would pass his guard in a heartbeat, right? He goes for that foot. Check this out. Here's your go-to. Here's your go-to. Gi, no gi, doesn't matter. Take this foot here, this hook, throw it, and then chop, and now bicep slicer him while he's holding on to your foot. Destroy some black belts with it, I'm telling you. Right? But you'll be able to kick him off to the side and pass his guard because he won't be able to use his hands to defend. I think I lost some weight. My pants are falling down.
Might be true.
You're welcome, FR. Okay, standing pass, staggered stance, or square stance, pros and cons. Okay, I like it. I like it. Now, here we go. Staggered stance, pros and cons versus square stance. Staggered stance to me is always the way to go. Okay, just from a balance standpoint, like if I'm like this, if he even pushes me a little bit, yeah, just give me a little, like staggered stance, okay? I don't really see a benefit of being here unless your partner plays spider guard, okay? Because then you can keep your feet back and you can lean into this, and you can kind of lean, rather than giving him a foot, because now he can kick into single leg X, ashigarami, all those types of positions, and then it can become a problem, okay? So for me, the square stance is like 10% of my jiu-jitsu, and a staggered stance is like 90%. Just because the only time I really need a square stance is when I'm attacking. So let's turn it a little bit. If I start here, for example, and I start in a staggered stance, and then maybe I get to here for whatever reason, I square stance to hip and then leg drag. But the square stance is my attack. My actual gripping and battle for position is done from staggered. Okay, same thing. I could back step, okay, from a staggered stance. Maybe you swing into a crazy knee bar, okay? There's some cool toe holds right here where you can trap that ankle, right? You give it a little trap, hit a little toe hold, get the guy to tap, make him look like an idiot. Did that one once at a brown belt competition I did. Mark Phillips, zero experience in folk style wrestling. I know how to wrestle because a lot of my friends wrestle. And then when they came to judo, we would wrestle after practice just for the fun of it. And I used to make trips down to Lehigh University and wrestle with some of their guys on some of the weekends. Just get extra workouts in around the 2012 era while I was living in the States, because the judo in the United States isn't that high, especially at that time. So I was looking for tough bodies to train with. So trips to Henzo's, trips to Lehigh all the time to get those tough rounds in.
He does fight dirty though. I think because you tickled my foot, he was asking about the American folk style wrestling. Like old school catch wrestling, right? Is that what he means? The folk wrestling?
American folk style is like high school.
Ah, got it.
High school, collegiate rules, folk style.
Got it.
I like the simplicity of the pass you just showed. Hey, super chat. Nice, I'm glad you like the videos. Thank you. Anything to pass on some knowledge for people. I like the simplicity of the pass you just showed this morning on Instagram. Yeah, let's talk about this, because I hate all you naysayers about that pass. I hate all of you. Clip this out. If you got any video editing skills, throw it up on Instagram, because you cannot take my back while I do this pass and open up the guard. Let's go close guard, Frosty. Let's do this. Okay, let's break this down for you guys, because I did it quick on Instagram, but let's break this down. Now look, stupid jiu-jitsu guy puts his hand on this side, swishes his hips, and Frosty takes my back. No problem, right? That's what you tell your white belts not to do, but that's what they do anyways, right? They do it anyways, and it's annoying, because you're like, why would you go like this and have him take your back? But that's why this pass works, because I'm not a stupid jiu-jitsu guy. I'm actually pretty good at this stuff, right? So cross grip, watch your hands. Yeah, cross gi, okay? You pull it down and tight to the body and across the hip line, okay? So that it's tight from the hip over here. Now when I post, and I go here, Frosty, take my back. Go ahead, sit up, take my back. Yeah, come on. Come on, try. Yeah. Try taking my back. Switch the hip. Boom. Step back, pull it back to recover, and then pass half guard. Can't take my back. Get out of here. You naysayers. You know why people say that? Because you guys don't know how to educate yourselves and watch the sport and look at all the little nuances. You got to be a student of the game. Student of the game. Learn. Look, right here. Boom. Sit back. He can't take my back. Look at that. Look at that extension. What's he going to do? Try to throw that leg over for an armbar? Go for it. Yeah, nice. I come up. I pass. I punch him in the face because he thought I was stupid. Yes, William. That's the key. Just don't suck. Don't suck. Thank you for being a Donner black belt. They need to listen to you.
Standing or sitting? That is the question.
Thank you, Jason.
Depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know what? That's why I threw it up on Instagram, just because it gets all the naysayers to be like, I'm just going to take your back. No different than when I do a judo technique on Instagram, they're like, oh, I'm gonna take your back. Jim, 19 New Salem Street, Wakefield, Mass. Come take my back. Welcome all challengers. We'll even film it and we'll do it live if you come here. No problem. I don't care how big you are. Let's go. What's so funny? Being serious. But I think I missed one of the questions about the technique.
Like achieving a certain position while you're passing to.
Okay, so big whoa-whoa, now that I know how to pronounce it, whoa-whoa. What you're asking about is like sometimes you take a little bit of a break and you hold on, okay? And that's because two things. One, if I'm passing somebody's guard, like let's say I'm doing a knee cut pass and I have to follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to complete the pass. Well, if you're a high-level black belt and you know step 1, 2, 3, and 4, if I'm on step 2 going to step 3, you know where I'm going, right? So the idea is, if I get to step 2 and I secure it, your defense is what? My step to step 3. So my hope is, as I'm kind of sliding through this position, that when you get there, when I get there, right before I hit step 3, I'm going to pause, and then when you start playing defense, you're going to be like, it's not working. It's because I didn't move on. So then when you go to make a transition to defend step 2, because that's where I'm sitting, you have a transitional gap in your game. And that transitional gap is what I am waiting for as the passer to pass. And sometimes, right, you can do really nifty things like choke people, and you can make so much pressure on your partner that they'll want you to pass the guard, right? One of my favorite chokes is to actually knee cut right here, and I don't like playing from the sleeve. I'm not that guy. But I take a super deep grip here, right? And I get it all the way behind their head. And then go ahead and hold on to my ankle, like with your legs. Yeah, there we go, okay? Now that I'm in this position, I'm driving my shoulder in, and look, I'm looking for my knee cut pass. But when I can establish a choking hand, right, what's my goal? Is it to pass or is it to choke? Now, even if it's to pass, the idea is to threaten the choke so much that he has to let you pass in order to get out of the choke. And what that looks like is this. Like I could go here, and then I could just start sitting, right? And it's kind of working, Maybe I'm leaning up, maybe I'm leaning down, and we're hanging out. Maybe he taps, maybe he doesn't. But one of the things I like to do to ensure the pass and its success is I elbow drive across the cheek line, across the neck, okay? And I set my choke and I spread my partner out. And then I actually hold him in half guard so that I can effectively get the choke. We go pin, pin, deep grip. So I'm in here, I'm fighting. He's usually holding on to this leg. I step up, I step out, and I pin it. Now I'm gonna move my chest. Notice my chest is moving, but my leg and my butt is still keeping him taut here, okay? Still staying tight. And then what I do is I turn that elbow and I drive, okay? And now Frosty, try to get out. Go, 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 go. And I hold him here. I'm flexing that foot and I'm choking him. Yeah, I'm just gonna choke him, right? I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna make him free my legs so that I can pass his guard. Rather than what some people try to do, some of you purple belts, some of you brown belts who are looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm talented, I'm telling you, come to my gym, you'll find out. When I'm in this position, you get aggressive, right? And you're like, no, I'm gonna pass your guard. I haven't done it, I'm gonna do it. You're like, and you slide through, and then you get bumped, and then boom, you fall off balance, he comes up, and now you're fighting a single leg, and then you get doubled, and then you look like an idiot. And all you're thinking is, oh man, I almost had you. And all I'm thinking as the guy on bottom is, garbage, garbage. I was letting you do that. I let you pass because I realized you were so far through that I just needed to get you to fight a little bit harder through it so that when I release the pressure, you go too far, lose control, and it leaves me that opening to get to the single leg, to get to the double, to recover, to invert, to do just about anything I want. Jiu-Jitsu outlaw. Oh, there's a comment up there. Professor Stevens, any ideas on collar and sleeve with foot on the bicep and foot on the hip? Part 2, collar and sleeve, foot on the hip, foot on the bicep, DLR. Yeah, big whoa, that's the idea, right? Like, if I'm passing somebody's guard, right, as the offensive person passing, I want to know all of your escapes so that I can tell, hey, this is escape 1, this is escape 2, this is his strong escape, this is his weak escape. When he starts going to his weak escape, maybe then I pass, right? Because if I've gained so much ground to where you're defending my attack, I don't want to lose it. So I want to make sure I can keep it. Jiu-Jitsu outlaw, can you retype your question number 1? It went too far up into the chat and I can't see it. It was foot on the hip, foot on the sleeve. Are you talking like standard spider guard? Throw it up. So you can read that upside down.
Any ideas on, any ideas on passing those 2 guard variations, collar and sleeve?
Any details on how to stop the worm guard? Don't let him get there. I actually haven't trained with Keenan in years. And I trained with him before he invented the worm guard. I'd like to see what it's like from the guy who invented it to get it. But I don't have a problem with students visiting my gym or other people getting put in the worm guard situation and struggling to handle it, I guess, so to speak. And I think that's because of my ladder system. I don't walk at anybody, even if my collar is like all the way open, right? And he sits up, like I don't not address the things that are in front of me first. So if we turn to the side, like if I'm holding his feet, now sit up, can't, because I have him pinned, which means he can't get to my collars. If I make a step in and I'm here, and now he starts trying to reach up, I'm probably grabbing his hand. But let's say he gets it. Let's say he grabs the gi, and it's like, well, now how does he pass it? Does he pass it this way? Does he pass it that way? There's so many different variables. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is like, let's take that and pass it to your hand. Yeah, just reach through and pass it. Yeah, sure. There you go. So he's got it passed between my legs, but at the end of the day, if I can put both his legs to the outside, where both of his legs are, now you can stand up and break the grip and pass the guard. Oh, Jiu-Jitsu outlaw's back. But that's not really a worm guard that he was in. So it really depends on the variation of the worm guard on your answer. But at the end of the day, like, as long as you're controlling the feet and controlling the hands and you're not just trying to do nothing about it, then you're going to run into a problem. So attacking the position, attacking the grips, that's going to be your best case solution. I think Andre actually released on his Instagram page a really nifty escape. I actually watched it a few times. Might have to go back and look at it. Collar and sleeve with, here, foot on the bicep.
He's talking like the ghost hook. Collar and sleeve with foot on bicep, and the other variation with collar sleeve with DLR.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying like this?
Oh, you're one of those guys. Oh, Jiu-Jitsu outlaw, you're one of those guys. How do you get stuck with a foot on the... Guys. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go. Put your foot up. How does this happen to you? Like, I had a black belt come to me, okay? A fairly good black belt come to me, and he was like, Travis, man, I'm getting stuck in this, like, spider guard where they have a cross grip on my collar, right, and a foot on the hip and DLR, and it's like, I don't know what to do with it. And I was like, hey, motherfucker, like, how does he keep his foot there? You can't just fucking take it off? Like, what's the deal? And he's like, I watch him go, and he does this. He stands up, and he puts your foot on the hip. Yeah. And he's like, he just can't get up. I'm like, hey, dumbass. I'm telling this to my black belt, right? Like, hey, dumbass, why are you holding his hook in place? By taking this grip on the pants, it's nice to hold on to something because it makes you feel safe, but it's what keeps his leg here. And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, who gives somebody a hook and says, I want past it, but I'm going to hold you here? Like, who does this? right? But you see a lot of people, even in IBJJF competitions, right? They're in here and they're like, I'm gonna. And I'm like, why are you holding it? Come on, people. Look, put your knee in place, take it off. What are we doing here? Like, swimming inside, take it off. Why are you holding? People, you gotta be smart. You gotta have a little bit of intelligence. So that's step one. Don't hold the grip in place. Oh, dude, you guys should come to my class and watch these interactions. I'm telling you, you'll love it. You'll love it, because I'm not kidding. I wish he was in the chat. He'd tell you himself. But come on, guys. You can't get stuck with I call this an invisible hook. Because the only reason why he has it is because I kept it here. Hey, look at Helene. Helene's here. The inverted guy we were talking about. Smash his guard. Yeah, don't, take this off. Basic spider guard 101. You're like this. Put your knee in, take it off. Stand up. Where does he go? Triangle threat my ass. Triangle threat my ass. Look at this. Look at this. Which side you come from?
Well,
Okay. Triangle threat. What triangle threat? Swim this hand to the inside, and it's off. Here's another one for you. Here's another one for you, right? Check this out, okay? Take your left hand, right? Right here, everybody see my left hand? Inside his leg. Inside his leg. Hold on. Inside his leg. Now watch this. Head pummel. Boom. Leg drag. Pass the guard. Super simple. What did I say? Put the legs to the outside.
that's a gangster pass.
Super simple, man. Guys, it ain't complicated. Don't overthink jujitsu. Jujitsu is easy. It only makes it complicated when you try to make it complicated. Look, pass the guard. Nailed it. Leandro Low style. Done. Leandro Low again. Nailed it. World champion. It's not rocket science. William, use every part of your body. Your elbows, your hands, your knees, your feet. Use it all. Don't get stuck in the white belt like, I gotta grab everything with my hands and shake them. Right? There's so many different ways to pass the guard. De La Riva, right? You guys are in here like this, and he puts that foot in. Cross grip. Yeah, and then what are you doing? Why are you holding this? Pass his guard, boom, smash pass. Look at my elbow slips. Come up, lock it up, pass that foot over, pass his guard. Super simple. Jiu-jitsu is easy. Quote me on it. Somebody make a meme. Jiu-jitsu is easy. How can I use my head to help pass the guard? And hey, if you guys like the channel, if you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Go do it. Okay, go back. How can you use your head? Hey, hashtag jiu-jitsu is easy. I love it. That should be a t-shirt. Somebody call up Homolo and say, drop the hashtag everyday pohada and go jiu-jitsu is easy. Make a t-shirt. Somebody email BJJ Fanatics or Fuji Sports and tell them to make a t-shirt. Yeah, Hodger Gracie, super simple, right? It's not complicated. A lot of people, guys, you forget that the basics are what the champions use to win. Everybody gets bored with the basics, and then you think you need all the advanced things over here, when in reality, the people who are winning world titles are doing 90% basic, a little bit of flash. But when you're a white belt and a blue belt, you get so bored over here that you go, man, I want to learn some flash. And all the black belts are saying, hey, but you got to be over here. We want you to win. We want you to become a champion. Stick to the easy stuff. We get so good at it, you're the next Hodger Gracie, and all you got to do is beat Puchecha in 3 minutes of jiu-jitsu. Right? Super simple. All right, I went off on a tangent. Anybody got another question before I go on another tangent? Jiu-jitsu is easy, man. You guys got me riled up. That invisible grip, man, I think it just set me off. That just brought flashbacks of Mike.
I was here when that happened.
Oh.
I'm seeing the same energy.
Oh.
I need.
Here's a thought. How has nobody challenged Gordon to a match? How has nobody set aside 6 months to beat the guy? Come on. Okay, Hajar, real question. You're stuck in Ashi, right? Here's a good question. You're stuck in Ashi, and the question is how do you get out? Okay? Now, I'd like to kind of stick to the guard passing theme. If you guys have like submission questions or you want to see like guard retention, we can hold like another live stream for that. There's a lot of topics to cover, so I think a little bit of dialed focus will be best for everybody, especially when it saves to YouTube. Like if you'll be able to go back and find like the right feed that, you know, I answered your question in. So that's kind of why I stick to the themes. Roger, brown belt, black belt, getting out, right? Super simple. Hold. I used to do this one all the time. Up, inverted toe hold, sit, tap him. He freaks out and kicks and you lose the grip, pass. Hand goes behind to the hip, sit, and pass his guard. Oh, Helene, you embarrassed me by asking that question. I'm embarrassed, considering you're one of my students. Just saying. Yeah, but that's one answer. But Rod, let's say you're going with like a non-brown belt, non like you got a purple belt and you can't really threaten the toe hold to get out. One of the simple things that I like to do is use my wide grips. Okay, I use them all the time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift my hip like I'm dancing. Shift the hip. Turn, wide grip the bottom of that foot. Okay. Now this grip, I have no idea why, but it's so hard to get rid of. New member, Ron, welcome to the community. Thank you. But this grip, I have no idea why it's so hard to get rid of, but when Frosty kicks his feet around, like, it's really hard, and it doesn't really take much to hold on to it, okay? So this is step one from this position. Shift the hip, catch it, hand, invert it, okay? Invert it. I go between the legs, and I peel it into my other wide grip. Okay, let's turn a little bit. There we go. Let's step back over, boom, throw it back in there. Okay, so you see his foot here? When I'm here, I go down, I peel it, and I use my elbow on my thigh, boom, double wide grip, okay? Now, we can slide that knee over, and now we can slide into mount. Sometimes I can't slide into mount, and I've got to reach back and pull that, and then swing the leg around over the top. But that's also a really good answer to getting out of that Ashigarami position. Back to Helene's question, okay? Step number one, don't get caught with stupid. Step number two, beat the other guy. Here we go, shin guard. Shin guard. His goal is to lift my leg. Okay, so now Frosty, lift my leg. Boom. He lifts my leg. Let's go back and do that again. Okay, I want you guys to start being able to see jiu-jitsu because it's, even though we put all this content on YouTube, if you can't see the opportunity or see the path, then the information is not going to sink in as well. And here we go. He's in this position. He's going to do the same movement again. Now, what has to happen here in order for Frosty to lift my leg? That's the question you need to answer, shin to shin, in order for him to get your foot off the floor. So he's going to go again. Boom. And down. Okay, boom. He nailed it. Now, let's think like cavemen. Cavemen, right? Jiu-jitsu is easy. What action did Frosty have to do in order to get my leg He had to fall to the inside. Helene, see, I knew you weren't an idiot. I knew you were smart. Thank you. So look, when I'm in this position and Frosty has to fall to the inside position, this direction, what's my answer? Okay, he holds me nice and tight, and then I go this way, right? Because when I pull him back with my leg, he can't go the other way. So instead of standing right in front of him, go ahead and pull me up. Go ahead, go. Go. Why not? Why not? What's the problem?
You're not square enough.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Super simple.
No.
Look how easy that was. So step number 1, don't get caught with stupid, okay? Understand what your partner needs in order to accomplish step 1. Step 1, he has to be able to fall to the side in order to make your leg light, to lift it to get into that ashigarami position. Step 2, once you understand how to accomplish step 1 for you and prevent it, go to step 2, which is beat the crap out of the other guy. Here we go. Here we go. Beat the crap out of the other guy. Look. Hand. Back, top of the neck, right? I'm going to create pressure. The grip here also, go ahead, lay down, Frosty. Go ahead, lay down. Yeah. I'll keep him off the floor, which again prevents step 1. Don't let him go to the floor. I'm all riled up. That invisible thing, man, it set me off. It just set me off. Oh, look. So step 1, right? Look, I don't let his head go to the floor, okay? Look at that. No. Okay, 2 passes for you, Helene. 2 passes, okay? Pass 1, ghost pass, okay? He's trying to do this. He's trying to do this. Go for it, go for it. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Boom. Look at that. Boom, right into the pin. Super simple. Ghost pass. Time it, but timing is everything. Remember, it's not brute strength all the time. It's timing. Let's go to option number 2 because your timing sucks or your balance sucks.
Him specifically or just anybody?
Just anybody, right? Not everybody's got good timing, good balance. Here we go. Right, next one. We're in this position. Go ahead. No hook. Hand. Defense. Hip. Don't go for that leg. He's going to throw it inverted. Go for it. Throw it inverted. Beautiful. My hand plays defense to his hip. Guess what I do? I hug the head, shift the feet. Super simple. You let me pass his guard. And remember, guys, what's the object here when we're talking about passing the guard? He's sitting here. Where do his feet need to go in order for me to walk around his guard? They have to go to the side, right? To the side. So when he's sitting up in his sit-up guard, let go really quick. Both feet now are to the side. He has no way of actively recovering. He actually has to let me pass in order to do a guard recovery to get back to an offensive position, right? So take it. If he's going to be so blatant about it, where he's going to fight so hard to get to that inversion, that why wouldn't you just lay down here? Even if he takes this, right? Even if he gets to that ankle, right? Who cares? Take this hand, shove it between his arm and his body, okay? Put it on the floor, jump over. Look, here's my underhook. Guess what? Knee cut, right back where we were with option number 1. Man, look how easy jiu-jitsu is. Put the feet to one side, walk to the other. Super simple. Breathe. Of course this will be safe. Why wouldn't it be safe? Again, gym address, 19 New Salem Street, Wakefield, Mass. Stop by. Sprung mats. No problem. Ask Kaleem, they're super soft. I laid him out one day. Oh, it was a terrible day for him. You're welcome, Helene. And you should have known that because I do it to you like 3 times a week when you play that stupid sit-up guard and don't actively use the hook to force me to stay on balance, so I have to think about standing instead of thinking about passing because you're not being active with it. You can't not use it, right? The number 1 thing people struggle with when you talk about sweeping or passing is inactivity, okay? You think, because you've been taught that you actually have to, oh, I'm gonna try to pass, or I'm gonna try to sweep, which means I have to go from here to fully sweeping, right? A lot of times, it's about rocking the ship. Like if I'm in a shin guard, maybe I'm just rocking him a little bit so that he can't pass and he has to fight to stay on balance. If my opponent, while I'm in a shin guard holding Frosty up, or Frosty's in a shin guard, and he can force me to stay on balance because he's rocking my knee, he's turning, he's trying to get up, and I have to think, man, I can't get swept here. How do I stay on balance? How do I stay here? I'm not thinking about passing because he's doing a good job of making me think about staying on my feet. He's not inactive with the grip. You got to make sure you're always staying active. Okay, even if that means rocking the ship, knocking your partner off balance, tipping him one way, tipping the other, doing this, doing that, hitting sweep option number 3 instead of sweep option number 1. Okay, activity, stay active, both sweeping and passing. Don't be lazy jiu-jitsu people and just lay there.
Flexible guard with threaded inversion, such as the eyebrows.
Okay, now, I'm a big guy. I'm a super big guy. But if anybody saw my back tape with me out, go look at it. That's usually my answer for that. But let's take a look at another option, okay? Because I feel like those types of players are probably the most dangerous when you're talking about trying to pass a guard, because they play on bottom. So your weight, your physical weight and your strength really doesn't matter, because you can't crush them into the floor and then do anything about it. So they're used to people laying on them all day. And at the end of the day, whether you're Mikey Musumeci, who's like 120 pounds, he can leg press 200 pounds. So like me laying on him isn't doing anything. And so you have to use your actual tactics in order to pass his guard. So if we can go over, Frosty. Let's just lay on the back and like chicken it. Yeah, grilled chicken it. Okay. He's here. Okay. Now remember the idea of passing the guard. I'm a strong guy, so I'm going to give you guys a strongman pass here. Okay, because if you're going with somebody who's super flexible, they're probably lighter than you, or younger than you, or smaller than you, because those tend to be the guys that play this type of guard. But we're going to go strong guy pass. Okay, which means what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to pass to my opposite side. Okay, I like to knee cut this direction. Okay, that's my favorite. I'm like, boom, right here. This is home base for me. I love this position. This is where I want to be. But when he is overly flexible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swim my other leg in to give him that ankle. Okay, so that he can hold on to it. He can cat's paw. He can do whatever he wants. All I care about is, again, this leg is to the outside. Okay, now I've got to get his other leg, this leg, to the other side. No matter how balled up he is, I have to be able to get it there, okay? So the goal is to make sure I get stretched out far enough to set the grip, okay? So we're gonna go elbow and knee makes a good connection, right? Basics for jiu-jitsu, and we're here. And a lot of times they pressure here, and they're in here, and they're throwing feet up into the bicep, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through, and I'm gonna take a good grip on the belt. Okay, I'm not a fan of fingers inside the pants. I don't need to see your butt crack, okay? Grab the belt, okay? But inside good connection, even if I can catch this leg, I do it just to take it off of here, because I don't want him to kick it and then knock me off my base, okay? So I need to make sure that that knee stays engaged so that when he presses, my leg is like a backstop. Notice Frosty moved and I didn't. If I don't have this knee on that backstop position, when he kicks it, I get pushed, okay? So I can't be light-footed here. I gotta be engaged. Make that connection, swim it, pop it, come down. Okay, look at that pressure. Okay, I have the belt. Okay, good grip. My elbow is in tight so I can't get triangled. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna back up onto that far leg. We're gonna go strong guy pass. Strong guy pass. Okay, even if he fights back up, the idea is this leg is here. I can swim this leg back to the other side and then sink. Never passing the guard completely. Because if I go up here and he's at here, roll over that shoulder. Roll over. Yeah, there you go. Boom. And then he's going to pull guard again because he's a guard player. And now you're going to be right back into his deal. When he's a flexible guard player, you need to take his legs and shovel them down and lay on him. Because then he can't invert if I can control his legs. I don't care about the upper body, right? Doesn't matter to me, because the second I go like this, he's going to roll, he's going to pull guard, and then you're going to be out here, and you're going to be fighting back to get off, okay? Controlling the legs. I like picking them up, one-handed, dumbbell row, straight up, no problems, okay? The other thing I like to do is I like to weave pass, which is one of my stronger passes. Gi and nogi, doesn't matter. Go ahead and go angle. Yeah, so I'll actually come down and just play from here. That way I can control their feet and I can weave between the legs. And now I can come through and I can start controlling, pinning the ankle, breaking the grip, and then working around while they can't invert off this ankle because I have control of it. Okay? Those are kind of two of my answers for that legs all tight in, position. William, I'm glad you like the alternatives. All right, we got about a minute left here on the stream. So if anybody has any more questions, I kind of went on a rant. I'm super sorry about that. I didn't throw a lot of information out there, but hopefully everybody enjoyed the rant.
See a couple things on the self-follow pass, if I was the best. If you want to touch that.
Passing the guard, weave pass, the one I just did. Do that all day, every day. Rant was great. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Nice.
Nice. We got the guy with the meme, William. I love it. Throw it out there. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully I see you guys tomorrow for the workout at 8:30. Okay, another body weight workout. And then remember, Sunday, I think I'm going to extend the gripping seminar that I did for judo because some people messaged after and they didn't get their question answered. There were some good questions. So I'm going to extend the gripping workshop Sunday at 1:30 p.m. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you like the content. It really helps the channel out. And if you really love it and you really want to show your support, become a channel member. I know there's some channel members in here like Big Wow Wow, Halim, and some other guys in here. Sorry if I forgot your name, but thank you guys for all the support. And until next time, I think I got to lose some weight just to be a little bit more. Kevin, yeah, we could do an open guard session. That's doable. If you guys want to go to the community channel, right, and put down maybe on the last, maybe I'll make a comment tonight and just say, hey, what would be good topics for lives? You guys could just make a list for me. Wrist locks. That might be the one.
They're everywhere.
Oh, I love wrist locks. I hope every white belt that watches that last wrist locks video I posted, I think it was today actually, I hope they all tap a black belt. It's so doable. If you have not seen that video, go watch that video. If you are a blue belt or purple belt and there's a black belt or a brown belt that's your club that has been annoying you, go watch that wrist lock video and you will tap them, I guarantee you. Yeah, we should do an Uchimata one for judo. Jason, to become a channel member, go to the home page of my channel and there should be a join button. There's a couple of different options for members there. Have at it. Thank you guys.